there guys and gals, my name is Luke, this is the Outdoor Gear Review. Today for this episode, I have the Big Agnes Slater Ultralight 2 Plus tent. Now this tent was sent to me by Outdoor HQ. Make sure to check out their website. You will find a link in the description box down below. One cool thing about that site is that all of the gear that they sell, they actually test out and use. They have experience with it. That's why they're selling it, because those products have earned their approval. So to start off here, let's just talk about this tent itself. The Slater tent is based upon the Slater Creek series from Big Agnes. The materials for the floor and the rain fly is a coated ripstop nylon. The canopy fabric is a polyester mesh and ripstop nylon combination. The poles for this tent are DAC aluminum featherlight, and they are 9 millimeters in diameter. This tent has one door. The floor area is 37 square feet. The vestibule area offers you 8 square feet. The peak height is 40 inches. And the floor dimensions are 96 inches by 59 inches. This is a semi-freestanding tent. You do have to stake out the back and of course the door. When you're looking at the entire kit with all the stuff sacks, the bags, stakes, and so on, you're looking at exactly 3 pounds, 1 ounce. When it comes to the pack size, you're looking at 5 inches by 19 inches. And when it comes for seasons of use, this is a 3+ season tent. More on that in just a second. Now with the door here, you have two-way zippers, so you can of course open it up this way. You do have Velcro keepers here to really hold the fly and the zipper shut. That's good. You also have another zipper up here at the top, which allows you to open this in a completely different way. So if the fly is wet, you could fold it over on itself just like this, and that way the tent doesn't get wet too. Very, very smart. Very good zippers, very smooth. When you want some good airflow, you can roll this door up. There's a toggle. Here on the inside with the door, I'll go ahead and zip that shut for you. You can see how smooth the zipper is. You can open this up to reveal the mesh if you want that air to come in. So let's just go on inside here. As you guys can see, very, very spacious. Most people can sit up inside of this. If you're 6 foot, you could definitely sit up. That's the footbox area down there. It's a little bit more narrow than the front. With this tent, all of the seams are taped. It is fully waterproof. On the left-hand corner, you have a mesh pocket. On the right-hand corner, another mesh pocket. And as far as pockets go, that's it. There are no more. Nothing in the back either. Now here you can see you have a couple of loops. Here's another one. There's another one. If you like, you can purchase an attachment. It's like a mesh pocket for the top there from Big Agnes. I'm not sure exactly how much that costs, but it is an option if you need it. Now folks, I want to do a quick Patreon shout out to JW. Thank you very much for your support of the channel, buddy. It is appreciated. Back to the preview. A little while ago, I mentioned that this is a 3+ season tent. And that's because this tent was designed to fit right in between the 4th and the 3rd season. So really, you can use this in a number of different situations. Let me explain. This is a true double-walled tent. You have the fly, of course, and then on the inside, you have that nylon shell. Now that nylon shell will contain and hold in a lot more heat than your average 3-season tent, because most 3-season tents have a mesh body. Not this one here. This one has that nylon shell. So with that being said, if the conditions warrant it, and it's cold enough, and you want to trap in some heat inside of your tent, you seal it up just like this. But let's say it's warm out. You don't need to trap in more heat. You don't have to. You can open up that window right there, that door, and still have the mesh. Just like that. As you can see here on the fly, you have lots of guy line points, so you can really hunker this thing down. It is made to withstand strong winds and even some minor snow loading. Definitely more than your average 3-season tent. What makes this so impressive is that it's a 3+ season tent. It's ultralight and the price doesn't break the bank by any means. The going rate for this tent right here is $390, and that's not bad considering that it's ultralight and that it's a 3+ season tent. It really does fit a void between the 3 season and the 4th season. Of course, you can use this in the summer months, absolutely. Just keep in mind that it does retain more heat than your average 3-season tent. So placement of the front here will be crucial. You want to definitely angle this so that the breeze is coming inside of your tent, keeping you nice and cool. Now, you know, for me personally, here in the mountains, it takes a long time for our nights to actually warm up. Here in the spring, it could be 70 degrees during the day, but it could still get down to like 40 at night. So this tent really does come in handy to keep you warmer. How much warmer will it keep you? Well, that depends on, you know, wind. That depends on temperature outside. It depends on how many bodies are inside. Essentially, how much heat is being trapped inside of the tent itself. Sunlight shining down on this tent, even in really cold conditions, can elevate the temperature 30 degrees, maybe even more. Now, when it comes to my experience with this tent, I have zero. I have set it up a few times and that's about it. It's going into testing right now. And you guys will have the option on voting on this tent to see it in action with future overnight adventures. That's right, viewer's choice is coming back for this year. So you guys will be able to select the gear, where we go, the type of adventure, and so on. As far as experiences go, I cannot comment on that. I can talk about my impressions so far. The quality is absolutely top-notch. There's a lot to like with this tent. The price is, yes, a little bit high, but you're talking about an ultralight system. You're talking about a 3-season plus tent. So, I mean, you could take this tent in all 4 seasons, whereas your typical 3-season tent will not go there. Now, since this is a 3+ season tent, this is definitely not made for everyone. If you live in a very hot environment where you need a tent that does not trap in any heat at all, this is not the tent for you. But if you're the individual who does live in higher elevations and you're going to do some like wintertime camping, something like that, this tent here will come in very, very handy because it is that 3+ season. It is a double-walled tent. It does retain some heat. It's stronger than your average 3-season tent. Continuing on with my impressions, as you can see here, it's very tall, right? You could easily sit up, you could change clothes, no issues at all. When it comes to pockets, adequate. I really don't care all that much about pockets myself. I would like to have seen a top caddy. It's a shame that there isn't one in here, but it's not a deal breaker by any means. Next up, vestibule. Very good size, big enough for your pack, big enough for your shoes. Could you cook inside of this? I don't think so. It's a little bit too small for that. One last thing here to mention is the floor material is very, very thin ripstop nylon. So I would highly recommend that you use a footprint. You want to protect these materials because they are ultralight. They are very thin. To wrap this up, let's just go ahead and break down this tent so you guys can see all of the components, and I will say goodbye from there. 11 stakes. Orange fly. 1 large pole. And there you go. Right back inside of its storage sack, which is pretty tight, to be honest with you. If you have gloves on, that's going to be very, very difficult. So folks, there you have it. That is the Big Agnes Slater Ultralight 2+ tent. More on this coming up soon. Again, you guys will get to vote on this soon enough for an overnight adventure so we can get this thing out, we can get it into the wilderness, see how she does. Oh yeah. A special thank you must go out to Outdoor HQ for sending this in. Greatly appreciated. Folks, make sure to check out their website. They have all sorts of good gear. And like I mentioned before, they are different. They actually use and test out every piece of gear that they sell. By the way, folks, before I end this video, this entire package right here comes in at 3 pounds, 1 ounce. Would you guys like to see just how light I can get this tent to be? Let me know in the comment section down below. Until next time, everybody, take care, strength and honor. See ya.